Race 2 at the Sachsenring would prove to be just as explosive as race 1, but for very different reasons. Jack Aitken started from pole position and with the championship lead. Thomas Preining alongside him, and then a great start for race 1 winner Ayhancan Güven in the green man-type Porsche. With 20 kilograms of success ballast on board from his race 1 win, he carried the momentum through turns 1, 2 and then 3 to move into second place ahead of his Austrian teammate. A good start as well for Ben Green in the Emil Racing Ferrari to get from 6th up to 5th ahead of Jordan Pepper. So all good at the start of the race. Up the front, in the middle, it was carnage. Lots of contact, which ended up with the Aston Martin of Gilles Magnus going on the grass. He would recover to finish in 10th place. The first round of pit stops, Jack Aitken came in early for Emil Frey Racing. A good pit stop, but he knew that Manthey and Thomas Preining would likely have an even quicker one. The Austrian came in, rears changed, then fronts. Having missed out on a race 1 victory, Preining was determined to get a victory here and make himself known in the championship fight. He got out in front of Aitken, but on cold tyres, the Porsche was always going to struggle against the Ferrari on the opening lap. And after a pit stop, it was the Ferrari of Jack Aitken that resumed in the lead of the race. Those two now well clear of Ayhancan Güven, who would come through the pit stop phase in 3rd place. Then the first dramatic moment of the race. Jordan Pepper defending on the inside in the Lamborghini from Ben Green's Ferrari. The British driver trying to hang on around the outside. Then contact between the front right corner of the Ferrari, the left rear of the Lamborghini Huracan. And Pepper, second in the championship, suffering a puncture and damage to the car. The South African limped home, a replay showing that the contact was just enough to ruin his race. Pepper was incensed.
What is this guy doing, mate?
So no championship points for Jordan Pepper. He would pull into retirement and out of contention, but there was still more drama to come in the race. First and second were still Jack Aitken and Thomas Preining. Down to turn 1, Preining spotted an opportunity, dived to the inside, went for the move, but clipped the back of the Ferrari and sent Aitken into a spin. The 296 tipped into the gravel and stranded, beached there. Jack Aitken could not get the car back onto the track. For the second day running, Preining involved in a turn 1 incident to determine the lead of the race. This is how it looked on board with the Austrian.
Fucking idiot. Every fucking time this guy... What's it gonna take for him to learn the lesson? I don't know. Make it, man.
Aitken eventually got back on track and into the race. Got back onto the lead lap, but missed out on any championship points. So after the safety car restart, Preining led from Güven. A battle for 3rd between Ben Green in the Ferrari and the McLaren of Ben Dörr, who'd moved up the order from 10th on the grid. Rennie Ras just behind in the BMW, all the way up from 18th on the grid. But things are about to change. 3 visits to the penalty laps instructed for Thomas Preining as a consequence of that contact with Aitken. Ultimately, Preining would drop down to finish in 11th place. That meant that Ayhancan Güven was now into the lead of the race and looking at a second victory of the weekend. The pit stop came, the Turkish driver went, and everything was good. Also for Dörr Motorsport, who picked up the 3rd quickest pit stop of race 1. And McLaren almost got out ahead of Güven, tucked in behind him in 2nd place. Exiting the pits and eventually finishing once again in the top 10 was Lucas Auer. He would move back up into the championship lead. But it would be another victory for Ayhancan Güven, his 2nd of the weekend, his 4th of the season, and a maiden podium for Ben Dörr, Dörr Motorsport, and a first ever DTM podium for McLaren in 2nd place, with Jules Gounon completing the podium.
Yeah, victory number 4, Jan. We are back in the game. Good job.
So pure, unadulterated joy for Ayhancan Güven. He became the first driver to win both races on a DTM race weekend since his teammate did the same thing at Hockenheim at the end of the 2023 season. There was joy and emotion for Dörr Motorsport as well, but that would later turn into massive disappointment as Ben Dörr was disqualified from the race for using unauthorised tyres to head to the grid before it all got underway. That meant Ayhancan Güven was the winner. Jules Gounon would later be promoted to 2nd place and Ben Green promoted up onto the podium. With 4 races to go, we next head to the Red Bull Ring and just 5 points between the top 3 in the championship, with Lucas Auer ahead of Jack Aitken and Ayhancan Güven.